And we are live here in game number 2. Apollo Entombed Valley is the map, and we've got some interesting positions here on both these guys. Let me introduce our players in the southwest position. As the Blue Zerg lost game number 1, looking to tie it up here, it is Startail Life. And now in the northwest position, making these positions extremely close, as the Red Zerg, also from Startail, as a team kill, it is Curious.
And on Entombed Valley, in Zerg vs Zerg, unlike other matchups really, it doesn't really affect the strategies you'll initially see. Only the map size actually changes what you'll see. So, for example, Daybreak, Atlantis, these massive maps. Then you may see, of course, more favored hatchery first builds. But on a map this kind of size, anything's up in the air. Whether somebody will take a risk by going for an early pool, hoping their opponent goes for a hatchery first, or whether they'll just open up safe and go spawning pool gas or spawning pool alone into hatchery. So it is a bit of a rolling dice situation. The most safe, the most all-round build is just most likely going spawning pool into hatchery here.
Yeah, we are going to see, actually, we're going to see Curious scouting with his Overlord to the south first, Overlord 2 heading off to the middle. Or on the opposite side, we see Life going out to the middle, while his second Overlord also heads out in a similar direction. So here we have a drone heading on down on 15 on both sides. So it looks like we are going to have a hatch first as they go down almost in sync, but not quite. Curious is a little bit later. Now I'll be watching for the spawning pool to pop up next. But there's that Overlord for Curious is immediately going to see the hatchery down. Life doesn't see his Overlord quite yet. And there it pops into vision. And so both players are pretty much going to know where each other is.
Yeah, and both of them just said, well, great, aggressive game number 1, let's just play straight up game number 2, basically. So both going for this macro-focused build. One difference between these two guys is that Curious did go for the Extractor initially. It is basically a little bit of a better build here over Life. Getting the gas out early means you're going to be the aggressor, you're going to be the one making decisions. Because, of course, by taking gas earlier, you have speed out faster, you have bailings out faster, you take map control, and you can dictate the flow of the game.
And upon taking he took the Extractor upon seeing that expansion almost immediately, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as he saw that, he's like, there's no early pull down, there's
exactly.
no threat, so yeah.
I mean, it ended up just being like a good scout for him in that regard. I mean, you can see there is like a 50 gas difference right now, almost 40 gas difference, and that speed's going to be coming down right away. But Curious is floating, there he goes as he brings out both queens, and then also will start his gas at the same time. So looking to be in really good shape right now. His opponent pretty much doing the exact same thing, but they're just going to be a little bit behind there on that speed.
And the kind of weird thing that usually, well, previously wasn't so weird is the building of the Ling. You actually don't see this anymore in this matchup. With building Lings, is the reason why you don't is because now, for example, Life has one more drone over his opponent because he didn't build that Ling, and he can build a Ling in time for it to actually arrive and pop out as Curious's Lings arrive here. So it looks like a little bit of a drone lead, of course, initially for Life by going for that, and especially because he didn't take gas earlier on, he was not in the gas earlier, so economy-wise, the Life does have the better build, but the aggressive-wise and decision-making-wise, Curious has so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to get a great scout here as well, too, and that does make these Lings worthwhile. We do have the Queen coming on in first. Certainly he's going to fall, but more importantly, you'll see that Baneling nest and know that, there's the potential for some aggression, but also in any sort of defensive manner, he's going to have to deal with Banelings as well. On the other side, that means we are going to have a Roach Warren about ready to finish up here for Curious. And, as you mentioned, right now, Life is kind of lacking a little bit of information there that, could be crucial to his decision-making coming up here in the next few seconds. There he brings in some defensive Banelings and also will get that Spine Crawler down, but he continues to drone up while we're going to see 5 Roaches coming out of Curious. So he will also be extending an advantage now to Life as long as Life can defend this. We got some Zerglings move in there, check things out as well. We'll see that Spine Crawler, but these Roaches are going to be marching down pretty soon.
And because of having that speed out earlier, the map control is in favor of Curious for now until the speed is now done. But Life has no idea what's going on. Roaches have been built, another 3, and he is droning behind it. So he is going to be aggressive initially to try to do damage, but he's sacrificing a lot. He's sacrificing the tech. As you
Yeah.
can see that Life has gone for a 6-minute layer. We'll try to take those gases on the natural momentarily here, but we are going to see a push out and a third base coming down by Curious. So aggressive and then recovering the investment by taking a third base. The gas is down for Life now as well. But look at the amount of units that actually Life has here. So it's going to kind of turn on its head a little bit here. Roaches versus Lings, and that many Lings is actually not that good.
No, I don't think it is at all. He's only got a few roaches, and once he realized he could take it off, no, he sees 3 more coming down the ramp. He decides to go ahead and back off. And, you know, this is kind of one of those scary situations, right? Are we going to see the Roach Warren go down yet? No, we don't. We see the Spire instead. So the quick layer translating into the Spire. He has taken both of the extractors, now just putting guys on it. Oh, the Scout. He's going to get the Scout of the Spire, and there he does with the Lings, Apollo. And that could foil his plan just a little bit. You know, he's in that situation where suddenly his opponent has all these roaches, and you're definitely, you know, he knows he's behind in terms of the roaches. So what does he do? Go Spire, but when it's scouted, that's rough. And here we go, another attack.
Yeah, he has to go all in here. He's got no layer. I mean, he's basically on a hatchery, and if he doesn't kill him or kill Life now, then the Mutalist run the game. So
yeah.
Right now, nothing but attacking units. The Baneling Nest is about to complete. It's going to be a Roach Baneling attack, and Life knows exactly what's coming now. He even without seeing the lack of layer, he sees the lack of gases on the natural, and he can easily go in and check now anyway. He sees the morphing units. He sees everything, and all he has to do is defend with Lings and Banelings of his own. The Spire is going to be done, so he can even get Mutalist out in time.
Oh, and there's going to be a slight counterattack here with a bunch of Lings. They're all very, very low health. They do manage to pick off a Queen. Meanwhile, here we have Curious making his way in. Banelings will hit all the Lings at the front. There are a ton of Banelings coming in as well. Oh, and they destroy almost all of the ground units, but there are still these 3 Spine Crawlers here. A few more Banelings are morphing in, and I think he's going to be able to hold this, but it's all going to be the... Oh, nice hit on the Lings by Life as the Banelings do manage to keep it alive. One more Queen does fall down. All the Spine Crawlers are down, and now he just needs these Mutas out to be able to hold this.
Yeah, and the Mutas are here, DJ Weak. Drones are coming to fight too. Lings are being made as well. And all Life has to do is hold on for another 10 seconds against the reinforcements, which are inevitably coming. More Banelings are being morphed as well. And it looks like as long as Life can squeeze out a handful more units, he's going to hold on. He can take drone losses here too.
He can, and he did get that one Baneling, which is good. One Baneling hit at well, he has no upgrade, so it won't even matter. But he had a couple of idle Mutas back at his main. As long as he cleans up these Lings, which I see no reason why he's not going to be able to do that, and then he should just be able to kind of take things over. There's not even an evolution chamber out here for Curious. So it's already over. I mean, this Overlord train going down right here. Another one falls. Another one that's going to supply block.
Yeah, and even defensive Banelings being morphed in too, just to deal with any Ling counterattacks. Of course, the Lings are a lot faster than the Mutalist. The Mutalist can go kill Overlords now. They can sit back, defend. They can go pick off Queens and Drones. One thing, though, if we don't see Life move out and use his Mutalist advantage, of course, we see Curious get back in the game just by using Queens as defensive measures, but the Mutas are going to go in and do the damage that will win him the game.
We got some Banelings rolling in right now. He's got to spread his units out, and he's going to take it all the way into the main. He's still got 4 Banelings now coming on in. He's just going to try to interrupt this entire economy. There goes one big hit. Meanwhile, the Muta's over at the natural, completely wrecking everything. And again, no Evo chamber, so there's not much he can do. He does have this 3rd hatchery up. But right now, the drone count actually 18 to 17, relatively, but it doesn't matter. GG, the Muta.